last episode, RJ was like, you need to cover your stomach up.
There's only so much I can do in post, girl.
Oh, God.
There's only so much I could do. Welcome back to Cherry Magique, episode 5. We're almost at the halfway point.
Episode 6.
Oh, you're right. We are at the halfway point.
Welcome back to Cherry Magic, episode 6. Boys love.
Boys love. Still loving it.
Still loving it. Honey, is this McDonald's? Because I'm loving it.
Ba 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 ba. Look at this. These are notes. I had to watch the episode separately, so I kept notes for myself.
What did you do on the plane? We famously went to Provincetown, Mass. What did you do on the plane?
Provincetown, Mass. What did I do during the plane? I watched Drag Race Philippines on the way there, and on the way back, we
didn't sit together.
We didn't.
I sat in first class.
No. You sat a seat behind me.
I did.
You almost
pissed my pants on that plane. Yeah.
Because you were like, I can risk it.
I should not. I did not feel that I had to go to the bathroom until they called for no more.
Once they say, like, okay, you can't get up anymore, that's when you're like, oh.
It was full 5-year-old in a car ride.
Yeah.
Being like, I have to go to the bathroom.
I can't tell you what I did on the flight back because I don't want to reveal.
My God.
Let's say.
Is this the book club?
I was participating in some literature. Yes.
Yes, participating.
Yes.
I was a participant in literature.
In some literature. Because I was enraptured. I was busy
you
doing
need
that.
to be raptured by the Lord, honestly.
Okay, well, what happens in this episode, Adam?
We start off the episode and Kurosawa is mounting Adachi.
We start in a flash forward.
It comes out of nowhere. Adachi looks like Adachi does whenever he reacts to anything. And then we immediately flash back to where we ended the previous episode, which was when the presumable girlfriend got in the car, in the taxi.
And is revealed.
And we find out it's actually Kurosawa's sister.
Yes. And there's a cute moment because Adachi's like, sis?
Not sis. This show does not dwell on this.
No.
Like,
it is truly just circumstances.
It's just that one episode where it's like, oh, she might be his. And even then, it's half of the episode.
Yeah.
It's not even the full episode.
It's just enough to feed into Adachi's, like, neuroses.
Right. It's a sitcom.
Yeah.
I want to know. I do want a spin-off of what's going on in the sister's life.
I kind of want to know.
Why does she need to stay at her brother's place?
Stay there.
What's going on with her boyfriend?
They just fighting?
What's that drama? Did he cheat on her?
It seems like It seems like she's just annoyed by him.
Is Kurosawa out of the closet in his personal life?
Ooh.
Does she know Kurosawa's gay?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. No one knows Adachi's gay.
No one knows Adachi's gay.
Adachi doesn't know he's gay. It really does just look like you're on your phone.
Yeah, so I guess Adachi, is sick.
I'm surprised he fainted. Should he have taken him just to the hospital?
Yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't. Listen, if I had socialized healthcare, a little sniffle or a cough.
Let me swing by the
hospital
real quick on my way to work.
I know that would probably not actually be how I just can't even envision. My life would be. I'd be living in the year, oh my God, what, 2023 if we had socialized medicine.
There's a very cute moment of Adachi sneezing, but he looks like a 5-year-old doing it. He was like, achoo.
Oh yeah, he sneezed like Friedrich.
Yeah. And then Kurosawa was like, oh,
it
are
was
you
a sneeze that in your local community theater production of Guys and Dolls, that's what your Adelaide
poison
does. Yeah, for her sneezes. And in her lament.
Adachi sneezes. Kurosawa was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And then trips. And then the trip.
I didn't even write this down.
Because the trip ends up that like Adachi is laying back on his back on his bed, and then Kurosawa on top of him. I need mathematicians. I need scientists. I need
a diagram. I need
diagrams.
I need a true Leonardo da Vinci.
Yes,
creating the helicopter.
Yes,
like I need a diagram of how this works.
Pythagorean's theorem.
Yes,
I need to know.
I need what's the one with the circle that just goes in the whatever that is. You know the one. We all know
the golden ratio.
The golden ratio.
I need the golden ratio.
I need the one where it's like, here's Seokjin's face, and here's like the classic ideal of like beauty.
I need Plato, Aristotle.
I need Play-Doh.
I need
to create.
I need.
Wow, it's really they call it Play-Doh because of Play-Doh.
No, they don't. Shut the fuck up. They do not call it Play-Doh because of Plato.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Do you think they just came up with Play-Doh and they were like, it sounds like nothing else that's ever been named?
It's based on Plato, the philosopher.
Yeah. Creativity, sparks of imagination. It's giving Figment.
I need to know if A squared plus B squared
does equal,
in fact, this
C squared.
Station of the Cross.
Right. So this, okay.
Because we've already done this.
Didn't even write this down. I can't even believe I didn't write this down.
Because you were falling asleep while you were watching.
I was falling asleep while I was watching it. It has nothing to do with the quality of the episode. It has to do with the fact that
I was watching in bed.
Very busy since the holiday weekend
and
with
you were
work.
Fully watching in bed like this.
I was also in bed. I really don't want to give out too many sacraments.
Because sacraments have to, but okay, when we established the sacrament before, it was because it was a rom-com.
This
sacrament.
It was the catching of the
catching.
Yes. I'm going to talk about this in just a moment after we move on to this, because I think it's in a larger overall sphere that inhibits the whole sacrament. Okay. Because I did not name, if you remember from the last episode, I did not name the sacrament.
Yeah, we were like, I
don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I did label it something with what you did say.
Okay, well, we're amending.
We're reclaiming the sacrament.
Much like the Constitution, it's always in flux.
There's an amendment to the sacrament.
Amendment, yes. Okay. This is the first.
This is tea, by the way, not beer. Calm down.
Honey, this is tea. This is the first moment where in Cherry Magic where there's like an accidental fall. Because the other time it was like, we shuffled around in the elevator.
Yes,
but it feels different. It feels
this is the quintessential BL, specifically BL. I think more than straight BL.
You know what's so funny is Oh My Assistant, a show we did not like. To be quite
had all the Stations of the Cross.
Had every single Station of the Cross in it.
Right, and the montage too.
Yes.
Yeah. Do better.
You know, that show started so strong. We were so on board, and then excited. It fell the fuck apart. So sad. Anyway, okay, so that is Station of the Cross.
Because it's always someone, Trip the Life Fantastic.
Triple Little Life Fantastic.
Triple Little.
It is called, this is the Station of the Cross because we just referenced, obviously, astronomy. Okay, we reference
Plato.
Science. We reference
Copernicus.
Play-Doh. This is called Newton's Fall of Gravity.
Oh, yeah. What comes up must come down.
What comes up must come down, absolutely. This is huge. It's always like when it's on a bed. This happened in Bad Buddy, too. When they go to that dorm. Yes. There are some really iconic trips and falls. It's always in BLs, too. It has to happen like this because something about homophobia and how we have to like figure out ways for boys to have
skinship, yeah.
Because this is the distinction I have to draw with what I'm about to talk about next, which is the tending of the wound is specifically having to do with skinship.
Yes.
It is a way to have closeness and intimacy, but specifically about touching one's skin.
Yes, but it is not.
However,
In this one,
the sacrament that I'm officially calling nurse, which is the caring of the other.
yeah.
Truly at the end of the day. But it's called nurse.
Okay. Nurse,
Yeah.
full hat, pillbox hat,
Oh, yeah. I mean, ratchet for sure.
ratchet.
Yeah.
What's fun about the Newton's fall of gravity, is that it can intermingle with the other stations of the cross, like the tending of the, the taking care of the drunk.
The stations of the cross are constantly intersectional.
Yeah.
And that's really important to remember in our understanding of feminism in the third wave era that we are currently in, is that the stations of the cross, I mean, Bell Hooks talked about this, that they really are, there's circles, but they're layered on top of each other. They're Venn diagrams.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's actually really gorgeous.
Yeah. So yeah,
We haven't done this in so long. I feel like
know.
I'm like,
Hi.
I'm on coke right now.
I know.
I mean, this feels
Okay, you said
the Adachi probably had COVID. I did say that. Mama, Adachi was patient 0. Let's
which
talk about
honestly,
it.
if they ran with that, imagine the skin shape.
Mama, I think
Finally.
I'm calling it right now. Miss Thailand,
Is gonna do a.
she's
COVID.
doing COVID.
Well, I mean, like
because-
Game Boys is COVID.
I mean, for this moment, the Adachi gets sick.
It's COVID.
It's COVID.
Now you are stuck with.
Now you have to quarantine together.
Wow, Ampliverse TV.
I don't know
Ampliverse
why
Entertainment.
we are not consultants. Every single day that passes by and we are not reached out to is actually a crime. Actually, people need to go to jail for it. The sacrament of taking care of the ill.
Nurse. Yeah.
It feels Victorian. It feels like Jane Austen energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something so melodramatic about it.
Yes.
That is what ascends it to another level.
It feels by candlelight.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it's like when
It's when Joe fucking.
sorry
took care
to
of-
talk about straight people again, but it's literally when in Downton Abbey when Mary, Edith, and what's the third?
Sybil.
Sybil. When Sybil gets sick and dies. This is that.
Yeah.
It's giving Sybil's death, but a Japanese BL about 2 office workers who work at a stationery company.
Yes.
It's really giving Sybil getting a pandemic.
You need to calm down. You are skyrocketing.
I feel like I'm vibrating. I'm so excited about this discovery.
But he was like, well, you can stay longer if you'd like, because I know your sister's like going through something, whatever. And Kurosawa is like, great, that sounds great. Here, have some porridge. Be careful, it's hot.
Have some tea.
Have some tea.
It'll relax.
And then
you.
obviously Adachi hears his thoughts, and it's like, he says, our sweet life together begins today. Adachi wants to move forward.
Yes.
But because he's hearing Kurosawa's thoughts, which are thoughts that are only I hear, so obviously no one else hears.
Right.
They sound
and
crazy.
Kurosawa doesn't know I can hear his thoughts.
Yeah. So they sound crazy because obviously when you like someone, you're fully like, well, I'm imagining us getting married and blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah.
that's just how it works. But because he's hearing them, he's fully like, oh, crap. So it's
Your
not
hair
even
looks
just
so good today.
Thank you. It's just Adachi. It's like, it's not even 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's 1 step forward and then like fully tortoise in a shell. Like just.
Yeah. Revert.
And it's the conclusion of this episode is so beautifully justified. It's sad, but you really feel for it because it's like, you keep saying and doing these things that make me feel like I can actually express, but then all of a sudden you disappear. Or like, But it's very sweet, and he Kurosawa imagines
he has a whole nother vision of like them happy
doing domestic things.
Oh, so domestic.
Imagine.
I would say,
literally,
of the BLs that I've watched, there are 3 that I would say are the most domestic couples. I would say it's Cherry Magic.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say Vice Versa.
Oh yeah.
And I would say Cherry Blossoms After Winter.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the 3 that are like, y'all are just old straight people. Honestly.
Yes. Palm Spring gays.
Yeah. Not even. Saugatuck gays. You're living in the Midwest.
Yeah. We re-encounter the Station of the Cross we had previously called The Misunderstood Relationship.
Yeah, like super briefly, yeah.
But like Kurosawa's version.
Yeah.
But now it's just in his like everyone giving him attention is like
yeah.
It's very
jealous.
sweet. It's very sweet.
It's cute.
It's really cute.
It's cute because he knows it's happening and he's not being toxic about it. I cannot stand jealousy narratives. They literally drive me up a fucking wall.
It can't be like actually like now this is rooted in like the actions that I do. It's all played for laughs. Like the fact that he stands there waiting for Adachi to be done at work. Yes. Him literally him literally pushing Rokaku away when he was like, "Oh, let me come over too," and he's literally like,
"I have to watch Minato's Laundromat. I have to watch that show. I am obsessed with him." Let's cut to B plot. Let's check in. Let's check in with our cat gaze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blonde girl still has no name.
Blonde girl still has no name. Miss Girl. FedEx Twink has no name. Still, we are halfway through this show. He still has not asked him what his name is.
Because even when Rokaku is like shows the picture of him dancing with him, it's like my one friend who was high performing in class is still doing it. Just say a damn name. Anyone?
Just say a damn name. I need a name. What am I supposed to be calling this person? Because I also watched this so long ago, I truly don't remember what his name is.
I don't either.
So that's the joy of discovery that we are experiencing watching the show.
Tsuge has lost his mind and is ordering like
Tsuge has ordered every daikon. He's ordered every Dazed. He's ordered every singles mag. I mean,
he's ordered every photo essay book of every BL that he's seen. He's ordered and planning to see. He's ordering all the manhwa of the original BLs. He's ordering albums. Light version, dark version.
He's ordering so much cat product.
Yeah.
And also I feel bad for this cat because cats famously love boxes. Or so I've been told from Tumblr. And I felt bad for this cat that none of the boxes were open.
Yes.
He just had boxes.
He was plopped on a closed box.
And I was like, I know that cat wants to be in that box so bad. Yeah. People who keep bringing these packages are not
Blonde Twink.
They're not FedEx girly.
No.
And finally he's like, oh my God.
I scared him away.
He knows I like him. He has this whole vision
of him being like, you're an old fucking creep and I never want to see you again.
Well. That has to mean something.
This?
Yeah.
It's just like a cute little na 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 na.
And then because he like goes to where the warehouse where they pick up the
Amazon
packages
warehouse. Yeah.
Yes. And then he around the corner hears some cool
music.
Yeah. So he goes to check it out and he discovers Blonde Twink
doing hip hop. Hey, hip hop is like this. Move your knees 2 and 4, and that's hip hop. Have you seen the parody on Bob's Burgers of that? It's so funny. Yeah.
It's so good. There you go. That's your B plot. I just wish he had a personality. I like that he dances. I like that he has a dream.
Yeah.
If they like cut Rokaku's personality in half and gave the other half to him.
right.
I'd feel like it's a little more balanced.
I just wish that he had a little bit more presence.
Yeah. So we go back, and Rokaku has invited himself basically over for dinner, and
it's very funny.
In order
because Adachi was fully like, "Oh yeah, come,"
because he was like, "I can't be alone. I know
alone.
he likes me to an extreme degree. He thinks we're lovers, basically."
Yeah.
Yes,
girl.
Look at him. Say yes to the dress.
So,
sorry,
Adam, why won't you buy me a takoyaki set? When you know takoyaki is my favorite Japanese street food
is that
of all time.
Thing was?
The little balls, yeah.
Would you like to know why I won't let you own these things? Because you'll use them one time and then they'll just sit in our non-storage area. We have no room. That's why.
Adachi was like, "Oh, it's so good," and Kurosawa was like, "That's so good. It was just for me."
It's the thing he says to me and my food. Is this how you feel? I don't cook. Is this how it feels when someone you like likes the food you made?
Yeah, but you never.
That is such a fucking lie. There is a soup that you made one time that you have never recreated.
I have recreated it many times.
I refuse to accept many as an adjective used in that sentence. Adverb.
What was the last thing I made? You said
There was something you made recently that I was like, "Oh, this hit."
It was the it was the pickles that I made for.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah,
those are really good. I like a fresher pickle.
You pickle it on the day.
Yeah.
Because you eat it for the day.
Yeah.
You don't like an actual, I need the pickling process.
I'm better now with pickles.
Yeah.
I could eat a pickle out of a jar. It wouldn't be my go-to snack.
Yeah.
But I do, as a person who's found value in vinegar in the past 2 years, I do understand that it is to cut.
Yes.
The reason a pickle spear comes with a sandwich is because the sandwich is so fatty and oily that it cuts that.
Or when you're eating Korean food, and that's why they give you the pickled radish, with fried chicken.
Oh yeah,
because it just breaks everything up in your mouth.
Yeah,
because you're eating
salt, fat, acid, heat.
Yeah. Okay.
Umami.
Okay, Samin.
Do you think there's a drag queen named Umami? There has to be, right?
She will be now.
Oh. No, you're MSG.
MSG? Emma's Emma MSG.
We'll workshop that. Yeah.
So he hears Kurosawa's thoughts. Then after that, I was like, well, I'm just being silly. I was being silly for being jealous at Rokaku. And then Adachi has this thing and I'm like, wow, he really is so sweet. I'm like, girl, you have been hearing his thoughts for 6 episodes now. You know he's sweet.
It's been weeks.
You know he's sweet and he's genuine. It's so self-saboteur. Truly.
The way RuPaul would call it out immediately.
What would you say to young Adachi now?
Yeah.
He just keeps thinking, he just can't believe that a person this amazing exists.
Well, he has this whole monologue with Rokaku where Rokaku has this moment where he is showing him.
He used to be a dancer.
And he hears Rokaku in his mind be like, why am I even showing him this? This is really embarrassing. I gave up on my dream, And so Adachi, because again, we've established that Adachi is super compassionate and really wants the people around him to feel good about themselves. And he says to Rokaku, I'm actually really jealous of you that you have moved on from this thing, but you've still found a way to create another dream for yourself. I feel like I'm such a mess up and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Yes. And I'm just floating through.
I don't have a dream or plans. I feel like I'm just drifting through life. So I really admire someone who has
a goal. Yeah.
And obviously Rokaku is very touched by it. And even Kurosawa too. He's
But also I think Kurosawa's whole thing is you are not seeing what people see about you.
Yes.
Or at least specifically what Kurosawa sees about you.
And when does he hear that from his thoughts, Adam?
later the same day.
Later the same night?
Is it?
When,
Is it the same night?
When Kurosawa like watches and
the other station of the cross.
The other station. This episode was packed with stations, Mama. The Station of the Cross of the watching of the sleep.
What is this, Gare du Nord? Okay, because Mama, it's giving stations. That's a really local Parisian joke. What is this? Union Station, Grand Central.
Ogilvy for my Metro girlies. I took the Metro back today.
We love... Honestly, I was going to say we love Ogilvy. We don't love Ogilvy. We love Union Station in Chicago. I love Union Station in Chicago.
It's very beautiful. Pretty. But the Ogilvy food market, though. Oh,
sure, she hits. She slaps.
Good. Yeah.
Because she has more of the Metro lines.
Yes.
Union has like the Amtrak lines. This is so interesting.
Boring. Why do you watch this?
Why do you watch
the watching of the sleep?
Okay, what I am calling the viewing of the slumber.
Okay, so we're getting loquacious up in this, girl. Okay.
Shangela Loquacious Wadley. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The viewing of the slumber.
The viewing of the slumber. And this is like
caressing, watching,
I'm also going to
thinking.
say I think this is like probably the actual most universal gay experience.
Watching another person sleep?
When you're still in your like development of like coming to terms with your sexuality or whatever. It's usually younger, right?
Yeah.
Like usually you're in your adolescence, and I had moments where I like
on a sleepover with like friends or something,
just like watch someone sleep and was like, why do I feel the way I feel right now?
Yeah.
And you don't do right.
You don't do anything. There's just like something.
But you're so in your mind about it, and there's something about like it's nighttime, and there's like it's forbidden. You should be asleep. You should be doing something else.
Yeah.
Especially I feel like in K-dramas, it's the girls watch the guys sleep.
Because it's like, wow,
because that's you, and it's also when they give them their bangs for the first time, and they get to be soft, and they're like, oh my god,
it's nice. You're literally describing Secretary K.
I'm describing a scene in Vincenzo.
Yeah, it's like seeing them like soft for the first time.
Can I say one of my favorite BL? And okay, I don't want to hear it. There was a lot we need to watch. One of my favorite BL viewing of the slumbers is the semantic error.
Yes, absolutely.
I have never felt my heart move like that until that. Oh my God. I was like, this is incredible media.
In the viewing of the slumber, he gets a little too close. But not in a sense of like he wants to like do anything, but it's truly just like
the show is very good about
physically getting close, because all he wants to do is obviously just like be close to him and watch him and look at him. You said during the scene that I think it was either this scene or the one before when he was being taken care of. No, you said, I can't wait to watch the Thai version because they're gonna be fucking.
Oh, I mean, I was joking. I don't think they're actually gonna fuck.
When I watched the scene, I had a feeling of like, I'm kind of scared to watch a version that's not as so caring and tender as this, because there is something
please speak on this.
Like this doesn't exist anymore. I feel like we don't. It's so tender and sweet that I was like, I really felt for Kurosawa, like him running away and being like, what am I doing?
Yes.
Because he fully was just like fully acting out of his own heart. Like truly nothing else was leading. It's so good.
It's so okay, can I say what's really impressive about this show is like on paper there is not much dialogue given to these characters to create a full three-dimensional portrait of who these characters are, and these actors are so good at bringing these characters to life and making you feel that there's more sides to them than just the like the kind of the stereotype that the manga is giving.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like The manga is
the
pretty
stock
straightforward.
character
Yeah.
that they're kind of like fulfilling.
Yeah. He is so obsessed with Adachi, but at no point while watching the show are you ever to feel that he is like taking advantage of Adachi or like trying to lead him. Like he is the least nefarious character I think I've ever seen in media. Yeah. And usually that is a cause for there's no tension in the plot, right? But this show is so good at still building the tension by having it all be about like Adachi's own inner turmoil of not necessarily like it being gay, like that could easily also have been what they went with, but it's more like nobody could ever love me.
Yeah.
It's like his inner conflict of the show comes from Adachi's own
personal
lack of self-confidence instead of like
being pressured by Kurosawa.
Yes.
Which I think that's always, it's an easy out.
Yes. Okay, there's a huge thing that I thought about recently where, we'll say it, lesbians. We'll call them out. I think a lot of lesbians
like half of our fans, girl.
Hey, girls. I think a lot of lesbians like, let's say BL. Mm-hmm. Because it's queer media, and queer media is for queer people.
Yes.
But I also think BL characterizes men in a way that is not so patriarchal, in that it has to be like the man's role is to be strong and defiant and blah 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 blah, like everything we've heard since like the dawn of time, and allows men to have more sides to them. And it's like very reassuring to see. I don't know why I'm bringing lesbians into this. I know why other than I just mean like I think that like it's a way to see multiple men act in ways that we are not normally allowed to see them act
in the world. Yeah,
and it's like very cathartic to like see that happen.
Yeah, but he doesn't feel great.
No, he doesn't feel great after
So he like leaves. He leaves early. That she like will text him. He's like, "Hey, like you left early. We could have walked together to work." And Kurosawa was like, "Oh yeah, sorry. Well, we can walk back later." Mm-hmm. And Adachi was like, "Oh good. I thought he was mad at me." And Kurosawa was like, "He doesn't look happy. No. He doesn't look thrilled. He looks really sad." There's
a moment in the hallway when they're like leaving together where Adachi makes a joke about the fact that like he's never had a partner. Mm-hmm. And he kind of has this flashback. It's a really weird sequence actually, because it's I think the only time this happens in the show where they flash back to something fully outside of like the realm of what the show is. And they flash back to, I'm assuming, is it high school?
High school? It
looks high school. And it's like he overhears people talking about how he's a loser or whatever.
Or like he's never dated anyone. It's like, I think, and then he talks about it and then says like, "Oh, this must be really hard for Kurosawa to hear." Like he knows that like
it might make him, it made him uncomfortable probably that I made a joke about it. It makes people feel bad.
Yeah, he says this kind of talk is depressing.
Yeah. Adachi has been... Something else happened to Adachi. I think this flashback with the high school thing really just scratches the surface of what's going on. There's something else happened in his upbringing that really made him like this, because something's going on. I do like that the show never really gets into that, to be honest.
Maybe it's in the movie.
Well, maybe.
So Kurosawa is like, well, let's walk home together, because they're presumably still, living together.
Right.
And then during the walk, Kurosawa was like, I don't think I'm going to stay at your place anymore. And Adachi's like, oh, well, I guess I assumed, I thought your sister still has like stuff to work through, blah, blah, blah.
And Kurosawa is just like, I can't do this anymore. And he tells him, it hurts too much.
It hurts too much.
Because I love you. I just teared up. Oh
no. And the thing is, it doesn't feel, and it feels so, it feels so justified. You really feel it getting worse and worse. I mean, obviously this episode plays it comedically in the beginning, but that scene of him watching him sleep, I think truly for him was like, I can't back out of this. Like, these are real feelings.
Yeah.
That if I keep doing this, I'm just going to get my heart broken because I really don't think he likes me.
Yeah.
Even though he's led me in these different ways. Mm-hmm. Do you think he knows yet?
I would have been okay if you kissed me. You can stay with me as long as you want.
Blah, blah. You really can't, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you think he knows that, like, I don't think he's just ready yet? Or do you think he's like, I don't... Because he keeps hearing these things, like, you know, like, Adachi's basically projecting. It's like, I've never had a partner before, like...
Yeah. I think he knows I mean, he knows that Adachi has no self-confidence whatsoever. That's very clear. And I think it's something that is one of the reasons he is so drawn to Adachi, because he wants to...
It's like pure humility.
I think also Kurosawa is a person who is a natural caregiver.
Yeah.
And wants to take care of Adachi in that way.
But here's the thing, like, I could see this... If this relationship really happened in real life, I could see the Kurosawa still pursuing it because he wants to take care of him.
Yeah.
There is something so like, I can't, him saying no, I can't because I care so much.
It's so
you know what I mean?
Mature.
Because he's like, then I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that I'm just taking care of.
It's also the understanding of like, you are the temptation and I have to like turn my back on it because at the end of all of this, it's not going to benefit me.
Yeah.
Which is very hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially for gay people.
Yeah. Because
there's less opportunity.
Yes. We are scraping the barrel, girl. Yeah. Not with you, girly. And that's the episode. It ends with him saying, because I love you.
And there's not... First of all, I do want to say this. We have watched mostly in terms of like the countries of BL that we've watched. We have watched a ton of Korean BL. And they never say, I love you. Ever. They never say
I
it.
feel like it only happens on the ones that like have nothing to lose.
I'm truly trying to... I would have to go back and watch it again.
I think they said it in Our Dating Sim.
Maybe? I don't know if they did.
Or New Employee.
I don't think they did. Oh, it may have been 8 cents.
Yeah.
But that was an outlier. Most of them, they do not say it. And so when the first time when I watched was Bed Buddy, and there is a scene in episode 10, I think.
Sure.
Where is on the stairs and proclaiming out loud in front of everyone
in the school
that he loves Nanon.
He loves Nanon.
And I was sobbing uncontrollably when it happened.
Yeah, I mean, you cry at everything, but I am noticing that is the moment that you cry a lot, because obviously Santa doing it broke your fucking brain. Because it wasn't just like a I love you. It was like, let me tell you every single thing that I love. It was
like,
and
that scene was crazy because it was
on the bed.
I am so in love with you. I have to describe the ways that I'm in love with you. That was wild to watch. That was out of fucking control. So I think it's crazy that we also get an I love you here. I just think it's very interesting that like, there's something that holds them back, but I don't think it holds them back in K-dramas, because I hear it all the time in a
straight BL.
Famous straight BL.
Yeah. Straight BLs, they say I love you, girl.
Yeah. But it's weird because I think if I watched a regular rom-com, I would be weirded out if they said I loved you.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a double standard.
Yeah, maybe.
But I do like that Kurosawa loves Adachi, because I think that's very clear from everything that we've seen of this character
it's so justified.
So far. But also, like, there is not a joke in this scene. This show is very comedic, but it's who directed this fucking show? They are so good at nailing the tone of each scene.
I know.
I just tweeted this morning because we finished watching
Marry My Dead Body.
Marry My Dead Body.
And like also knows the tone.
That
just knows
show,
what they're
again,
doing. Yeah.
exactly knows what each scene is supposed to be saying.
Yeah.
It's so important for a director to know how to thread that needle.
Yeah.
This scene is so achingly sweet because you want Kurosawa to win.
Yeah.
You want him to be loved back. You recognize that Adachi is not in a place yet where he could even come close to saying he loves Kurosawa. Kurosawa is not forcing him to say it back.
No.
He's removing
He's removing himself from the narrative.
He's such a great character.
Yeah.
They're both such wonderful characters. And I like that Kurosawa does have his shit together so that Adachi can be a bit of a mess. I think it's an old trope, right? Like the klutzy girl, the prince. But they also feel like real people too.
Yeah. Well, who's your MVP?
It's Kurosawa.
It's Kurosawa. I mean,
Easily.
a true tour de force.
Yeah.
This episode, because he went through so many peaks and valleys.
That viewing of the slumber scene, I had to remember what I called it. The viewing of the slumber scene is so
when he runs.
Oh my God.
When he runs away and just like stares at the wall to say, "What are you doing?"
And this is a show in which voiceover is used so much, you hear so many people's inner thoughts.
Actually says it.
But also, you don't need to know what he's thinking in his head because everything is on his face.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Isn't it crazy how... And this is why... And I hate to say... I really hate to say this. But there are a lot of people out there who will like watch something... I think you do this too. But like, will be okay to watch something that's like mediocre. Because it's like, oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
For me...
Girl, don't do this. Do not tell me that you are a person who seeks out art.
But it's...
Mama.
But it's...
I know you are not about to tell me that you've been watching Big Brother and you are concerned about the quality of content that you consume, girl. You are out of control.
I didn't say anything. I didn't
You do
say
this
anything.
too. Out of control. But sometimes I also think that even the mediocre shows, there are gems within.
Yes.
I'm not saying every show is great.
Yeah.
I understand.
Obviously,
that's why we have a scale.
Yes.
But I think that there are even in the regular shows. Like I don't think
everyone has said that like June and June isn't really great, but I still want to watch it.
But I want to look at their faces
because I want to see this man ravage this little twink.
Not this. Please not.
And they're wearing suits. You know I love an office romance. And I get to see Yorum.
Here's a great example of something I think was mediocre, but I think had a great aspect to it. I think once again
yes
was fine. The whole show as a package, I thought it was fine. His performance,
oh yeah, out of the world,
so good
that you were like, oh yeah, I can understand how this could happen in real life.
Yes,
it will never happen in real life,
right?
But you're like, no, yeah, and this makes sense.
Yes,
yeah.
Stuff like that.
I would say
the Ocean Likes Me. Okay, bad show. Not good. Not terrible. I think he gets a little bit of flack, but not great. The girl who is scamming them with the berets.
Scam goddess. Yeah,
berets. We love.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You got to find your little gems. You got to find your little moments to get through a show. Otherwise, if you can't find any, then just quit the show. But I can always find something.
And that's Cherry Magic.
Episode 6.
Episode 6.
Ugh.